Hello children, welcome back to the physical science class. Today we are going to mark the book exercises answer for detail and higher order thinking skills in unit 15 light. Long answer questions page number 177. E. Answer in detail. Question 1. Distinguish between luminous and non-luminous objects. Give two examples of each. Answer is in page number 167. Luminous and non-luminous objects. First para, first 2 points. Objects that give out their own light are called luminous objects. Objects that do not give out their own light are called non-luminous objects. Second para, last 2 points. The sun, glowing electric bulbs and fireflies are some examples of luminous objects. Pencils, books, vessels, cloths and walls are some common examples of non-luminous objects. Question 2. Distinguish between parallel, convergent and divergent beams of light. Answer is in page number 169. Under heading ray and beam. Second para. A collection of rays is called a beam of light. Beams are classified into three kinds: parallel, convergent and divergent. A beam of light is parallel when the rays of light are parallel to each other. That is, the distance between the rays remains the same. A beam of light is convergent when the rays of light meet at, that is, converge to a point. That is, the distance between the rays keeps decreasing till all the rays meet at a point. A beam of light is divergent when the rays of light spread out from a point. The distance between the rays keeps increasing. Question 3. Describe an experiment to demonstrate the rectilinear propagation of light. Answer is in page number 169. Activity 15.2. Aim to observe how light travels in a straight line. Materials record: hollow rubber tube, candle, matches. Method: place a lighted candle on a table. Take a short length of a hollow rubber tube. Look at the flame through it. Bend the tube slightly now. Try to see the flame again. You will not be able to see the flame when the tube is bent. Observation: candle flame can be seen through the straight pipe. It cannot be seen when the pipe is bent. Conclusion: this experiment shows that light travels in a straight line. The property of light by which it travels in a straight line is known as the rectilinear propagation of light. Question 4. Describe with the help of diagrams the formation of a 1. Lunar eclipse, 2. Solar eclipse. Answer is in page number 172. Lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs when the shadow of the earth falls on the moon. This happens when the earth is between the sun and the moon with all three borders arranged in a straight line. When the moon is totally in the shadow of the earth, it cannot be seen from the earth. When a part of the moon isn't the Earth's shadow part of the moon can be seen while the rest is hard to see. A lunar eclipse occurs only on a full moon day. Solar eclipse. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon comes between the sun and the earth. The moon blocks the sun's light and the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. Areas where the full shadow falls on the earth experience a total solar eclipse. That is, the sun will be totally covered by the moon when viewed from those areas of the earth. Areas where the partial shadow falls experience a partial solar eclipse. That is, only a part of the sun will be blocked by the moon. A solar eclipse occurs only on a new moon day. Detail 5. Explain the working of a pinhole camera with a labeled diagram. Answer is in page number 173. Formation of images by a pinhole camera. First and third paragraph. The pinhole camera is an optical instrument that forms an image of an object on a screen. Its working is based on the rectilinear propagation of light. It was used in ancient times to view eclipses without causing any damage to the eye. The light rays from the top of the tree A travel in a straight line and fall at X on the screen. The rays from the bottom of the tree B fall at Y. Thus, XY is the inverted image of the tree on the screen. If the distance between the camera and the object is reduced, the image will become larger. If the distance is increased, it will become smaller. The image of a distant tree will be smaller than the tree. Question 6. How is an image formed by a plane mirror different from a shadow? Answer is in page number 175. Table 15.1. Differences between a shadow and an image formed by a plane mirror. Shadow. It is dark. Image. It is of the same color as the object. Shadow's shape depends on the shape of the object, but the shadow does not show other details of the object. Image is of the same shape as the object and shows all the details of the object. The size of the shadow depends on the position of the source of light and may be bigger or smaller than the object. The image is of the same size as the object. Shadow is formed when light from a source is obstructed by an opaque object. Image is formed when light from the object reaches our eyes after reflection from a plane mirror. A shadow is the area where no light falls. Therefore, it is dark. Since light from the object actually falls on our eyes, we can see all the details of the object in the image. Higher order thinking skills. Page number 178. Question 1. The distance between the pinhole and the screen in a pinhole camera is doubled from 20 cm to 40 cm. How will the size of the image change? Answer. The image size will increase and the image will be less bright. Question 2. When will multiple shadows be formed? Answer. Multiple shadows are formed when there are multiple sources of light which are being blocked by this object. Children, mark the book exercises answer on your textbook and complete the classwork note. Thank you for watching.